Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another machine on the VulnHub, which is so simple. The link will be put in the description section below so that you can download it and play it on your own. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So now let's get started. So as the name of the machine implies, this machine is indeed not difficult. So if you're new to the pen testing, this is for you. Now we can head over to Linux to begin with. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target machine. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target machine could be recognized as 254. So what shall we do next? We need to perform port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the default script scan, followed by the version scan and full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. From the map scanning the results, we can tell the target machine has two open ports. The first one is 22, and the surface is SSH or secure shell surface. And also we can get its version information, including the exact version number 8.2. However, I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability for this particular version. The second one is 80, and the surface is HTTP surface or hypertext transfer protocol. And also we can get its exact version number, Apache 2. So what are we going to do next? We need to enumerate this web application, taking both manual way and automatic way. So now we can fire up the browser to perform manual enumeration first. And we can put the IP address of the target machine into the address bar. So simple, we can download this picture to our working directory. And also we can check its source code. And it looks like there is something else at the bottom. So we can continue our scrolling to the bottom. Hi, nothing obvious here at the bottom of the source code. Just look further, of course. Of course, we will go further. And now let's bring back the terminal window to see whether we can get something important from the image. So we can use xf2. This utility can extract and retrieve a metadata of this picture. Okay? So simple. But although there are a lot of metadata, but none of them can be of interest to us from the perspective of penetration. So next, what can we do next? We need to check whether we can retrieve the robots file, but not found. Next, we can launch Nicto to perform automatic enumeration. If you have already followed my channel, you will know, I always use Nicto to start web enumeration automatically because it can give us a lot of useful information sometimes, such as the exploit if the web software or web application is vulnerable. And also, for example, you can see over here, allowed HTTP methods. Sometimes if the target machine allows dangerous method such as put, then we can make use of this dangerous method for our purpose to upload web shell to the target machine. And also like request a header, but And also the version information Apache 2, although the mmap can get back such information. Okay? So we can let run to see what else we can get by Nicto. By default, Nicto is installed in Linux distribution. If not, you can use a package manager to install it. Why it's taking so long time? Maybe in the meantime, we can launch gobuster to perform directory enumeration. Okay, let's autocomplete this command. So almost immediately, gobuster discovered WordPress directory. So now we can go back to the browser to access this discovered directory, WordPress. Press enter. So as the directory name tells, indeed this directory is running WordPress CMS or content management system. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can get such information. Powered by WordPress. So what are we going to do next? We need to launch particular enumeration with this WordPress CMS. Okay, and the utility I'm going to launch is WPScan. Let me use WPScan. And we can use the option of E. And then, the value is U and P. U here means username. So with this, we can try to extract or retrieve usernames from the target machine or from the target WordPress instance. And P here means plugin. Okay, so now we can press enter. Maybe I'd like to interrupt Nicto. Okay, let's go. And also, I don't think gobuster can find anything else beyond this WordPress directory to save the resource of my Linux. I'm going to stop it. Okay. So as you can see, we have already identified two users, admin and max. Admin always should be administrator by default, and administrator always has more and higher privilege than normal user. So next, we need to try to crack the password for those two users. So we can launch this same utility, but with a different option, like max. Press enter. So now it's performing password attack on the WordPress login page. Also, if we scroll back to the top, you can see also found or identify this plugin, and also we can get its, not this one, this one. This one, social warfare, and the version. And so in the meantime, we can use Google to make some research to see whether this plugin is vulnerable or not. Maybe we can check this first. Copy. And we can use exploit. Simple card solution. And also, I think we can take a look at the second plugin. We can copy and input to the Google and make search. Of course, I've already opened up this, exploit database and also this link. Actually, from the version of this plugin, indeed, this plugin is vulnerable to this unauthenticated remote code execution, even give us the POC, a proof of concept. So I think we can follow these 3 steps to exploit this vulnerability. And we need to create the payload, but I'm not going to use this command. I'm going to use the reverse command, okay? And then access this address. Of course, we need to set up a web server on the Linux, and then we can get this command executed to get initial foothold on the target machine. So let me show you in action. Let's go back to the Linux. As you can see now, we have already found the valid combinations of username and password. Also, we can try to crack the password for a domain user. Although we have already retrieved the password for this user, unfortunately, this user has least privilege, so we can copy its password. So this one, we can copy. Okay, log in. And as you can see, yeah, we cannot do very much with this user. Okay, logged in as this user Max. So I'd like to put it aside for a while. And actually, we cannot make a successful attack on the main user. And I'm going to interrupt this attack. So what can we do next? Maybe, we need to, take advantage of this unauthenticated remote code execution. So how to do? Let me copy. And we can payload. And I'm going to replace this command by reverse shell command. You can get reverse command from the Pentest Monkey website. You can try different commands, but I'm going to take this one. Usually this command would be better other ones, but better this one. And also I think Python can work as well. But anyway, you can try it out yourself. We can copy. And we need to do some modification. So here should be IP address of our Linux. And then if you want, you can change this port number to whatever you wish. Okay, whatever you like. For me, I'll always use this port number. So now we can copy the entire line and replace this command. Okay. Oh. So what I'm doing. So now we can paste. Okay. Right and quit. So next we need to set up web server on the Linux. In the meantime, we can set up a listener on the Linux waiting for collection from the target. Next, we can copy this address. So we can copy from here to the end. And also we need to change the IP address of attack machine because I'm using 8000 for web server on the Linux. So we need to change this port number to the one we are using. So I think we can copy Okay, text, we can copy and put over here. Press enter. I think it's working. Fantastic. As you can see, we have already got access to the target machine. And next, I'm going to spawn an interactive shell by Python. Python 2 is not available on the target machine. So instead, we can use Python 3 and import pty module spawn bin bash. Okay, and also I'm going to define environment variable term. Then we can clear screen whenever to get a bigger space on the window. Next, I think we can go to home directory. The two users go to max, and we can, at this moment, we do not have permission to grab the user flag. So also above this user flag, we can notice there is SSH directory. So next, I'm going to see whether we have a permission to navigate into this directory. Yes, we have. CD. Even we can find the public key and also private key. So because of a misconfiguration of this machine, the lateral movement would be made very easy. We just cut out its private key and copy it. Copy selection, because I'm going to create private key locally on the Linux. In order to use this private key, we need to make it executable, make it 2400 or 600. I'm taking least privilege principle, okay? So now we can SSH a max IP address of the target machine, and with option of I to specify the private key. Okay, now we are logged in to the target machine as max. Great, then we can cut out user flag without any problem. And also we can take a look at this personal, this encoded, so no problem, we can decode it. Haha, it's not that easy, no problem. And then we can take a look at this my circle history. So user database. Okay, so what's this? Directory is. Interesting. Maybe so many layers of directory. Very funny. Maybe the way to where. Password. Or we can get the password. Haha, you wish. So rabbit hole, private key. I think we have already got the private key already, but this is not private key. Actually, there's some gibberish data. So now let's go back to and cd to the rabbit hole directory. Rabbit hole. Okay. Next, we can run sudo. I think we can make another lateral movement to the user Steven by the service command. But the question is how to do. We can go to the side of GTF opens, and we just, copy this command. So we can sudo service and paste in here. As you can see, now we have already become Steven. And so next we can go to the home, go to its home directory to grab the second user flag. And also we can run sudo again. we can elevate to root user by running this shell script. So next we can check whether we have a permission to this directory, to this file. But right now, there is no such file or directory. So let's navigate to this directory, tools. So we can create a directory, tools. So then I think we can create this shell script, and we can put another reversal command with a different port number to this shell script. So how to do? We can use the V editor. So we can V, and we can copy the name. Okay. Bin bash, and you can get, we can use the same command. So we can copy, but this case we need to use different port number like 66. Okay, we can copy, put over here, right, and quit. And then we can set up another listener on the Linux, right? So we can set up another listener with a different port number, waiting for collection from the target machine. Now we can run sudo, and we need to make it executable. And then we can sudo followed by the path of this script. We can copy. As you can see, we have already got another collection from the hashtag, a symbol. We can know we are successful in elevating privilege. So now we can navigate to root directory to get the final flag. So I think